What if I told you the very word history was designed to hide a brutal truth? You see, the word history isn't just a neutral term for the past. It's his story. That's right. History, as we know it, was written by the victors. But who were those victors? White Eurocentric nationalists, the colonizers, the invaders, the oppressors. They weren't just stealing land and riches. They were stealing our story. And how did they maintain their control? They weren't just armed with swords and spears. They wielded the invention of gunpowder and firearms. While the technology for gunpowder weapons, including cannons and guns, originated in China, the Europeans played a major role in refining, militarizing, and spreading the use of these deadly tools of control. By the time they conquered vast territories, they had perfected gunpowder weapons, including guns and cannons, turning them into instruments of dominance. This new weapon of war was unlike anything the world had ever seen. The Europeans controlled the distribution of firearms, and with it, the power to conquer. Guns became their symbol of authority, an unstoppable force that broke through defenses, crushed resistance, and reshaped the world. The gun wasn't just a weapon of war. It became the means through which they could rewrite the story itself, leaving entire nations shattered under the weight of their violence. It wasn't just land they stole. It was the ability to define who was powerful and who was weak. The same guns that conquered empires were used to enforce the control of history. They could silence the voices of the oppressed and erase their contributions. This was how they secured not just wealth and power, but the very narrative, the right to tell the story of the world. But there's more. The real reason why we don't see our stories, the Afrocentric truths that challenge the system, is because these powerful forces want us to remain in the shadows. To them, we were never meant to win. They erased us from the very story of humanity's progress. Why? Because the victors don't just want to control wealth and power. They want to control how we're remembered. When the guns roared and empires spread like wildfire, they made sure we were painted as the defeated, the enslaved, the oppressed. They wanted us to forget our brilliance, forget our victories, forget our incredible empires, civilizations and revolutions, the ones that scared them, that threatened their hold on the world. This is the conflict we face. Their victory isn't just in the lands they took, but in the narratives they created, the false identities they gave us. History, their history, is a weapon in itself, a weapon designed to keep us invisible. But we won't stand for it any longer. The reason our Afrocentric perspectives have been erased is clear. They wanted us to stay silent. They wanted our struggles to be swept under the rug. But their story, his story, is a lie. The truth is, we've always fought, we've always resisted, we've built, we've created, and we've led. We've been the architects of revolutions, empires, and civilizations that changed the world. Yet we're denied the recognition. It's time to break free from their twisted version of history. It's time for a new story, our story. We are the voices that history tried to erase, and together we will rewrite it. No longer will we be defined by their failures, their violence, their oppression. We are the victors. We are the ones who will reclaim our history and restore what was stolen. The true story, the one of power, brilliance, and resistance, is finally being told. So, are you ready to join the movement? Ready to stand with the number Factorate family and be a part of rewriting the narrative? Because this time, we tell the story.